All right, how's everyone doing today? Welcome to my channel. Thanks for tuning in. And this is an educational channel, and we look into uncovered theories, things that you probably don't know anything about, but they are powerful and could really help you in terms of your quest for better spiritual, mental, and physical health. These are things that the powers that be don't want you to know about, and angles that you might not have heard. Um, this is a segment that is called Your Blind Side, and this is for some of the Patriot Digger truthers out there, the conspiracy theorists who spent, who are spending their time in their rabbit holes, excavating and bringing us up breadcrumbs, but maybe aren't seeing the full big picture and aren't watching their back. And so I'm trying to watch their back and, uh, give them a heads up about things that might be coming up. And I would keep your eye on this SPLC thing. I think this is where it all unravels. Um, I have a lot of family members riddled with TDS and some that are otherwise fairly neutral and not riddled with TDS. Um, I presented some of this to them, and one of them was outraged that such a thing would happen. Crying wolf, and it's a bad look. It's a very bad, um, you know, um, and it's very revealing. And I think it's microcosmic. Like um, it kind of shows, it's revealing, and it's kind of easy to understand, and it's explosive. It involves, groups like the KKK. You know, everybody knows who they are, and uh, it, and just kind of trafficking with them. It uh, it really, I think, is going to be explosive. And it's going to be a very big red pilling moment for a lot of people who have been resistant to it in the past. So, but nonetheless, I don't think that it's worth your time. You already know this is going on, and you already, um, know how the game works. This isn't really a surprise to anybody. Maybe it's a surprise that it's coming out, excuse me, at this time. But you know, most of us who are over here in these conspiracy, forums, kind of know how the game's played, and um, what I would emphasize is first of all um, that uh, you don't get into the Schadenfreude. Uh, don't don't wait around to watch them get punished just so that you can watch them get punished. Don't get Open up your popcorn and kick back, maybe for a minute or something. But don't get involved in that because there's a lot more that needs to be done. And just another aspect of it is that um, I think a lot of the Patriot movement, it's an us versus them type of situation, and That isn't the case either. It isn't an us versus them situation. It is an us versus them, meaning very small amount of them, with a whole lot of other people that are along for the ride, that are doing go along, get along, and just going through their daily life, and they happen to have kind of a bent that um, it might be virtue signaling, it might be insecure, they might have um, you know um, you know ideas that have been inculcated in college or whatever, but they are not enemies. They are just, they have not been activated yet. They are potential allies. And um, I have to remind myself of that as well. But, um, I see so much like us versus them um, rhetoric, and a lot of times I do see us versus them, like white versus people of color or something like that. And I think that's a big misnomer too. And same with the SPLC. Um, yeah, there are a lot of black people that are um, on the other team, but most people of color are uh, you know, willing to change. They're not uh, specifically on one team. They are just, that's just kind of where the Democrat plantation has them. And they're not overtly, you know, anti white or something like that, or anti patriot, or even anything like that. They're just not paying close enough attention. And so they are, again, our potential allies. And then the other thing about the SPLC, I don't know enough about the organization, but I can guarantee you that there's a lot of white people that are involved in it, so it isn't, so don't think of it as just like black versus white situation here. Um, and then the last thing that I just want to bring up is that there is so much poison out there on social media. I just pay attention to the podcasting side of it. I don't go on Twitter or X or Truth Social or Instagram. None of that. The boards, none of that. But from what I see, um, it's pretty simple to tell you where the clickbait is, and where who is being a traitor, or possibly just being set up as appearing to be a traitor, or who is going to give you real news and not. If it's anti-Trump, uh, if it's angled at anti-Trump, then uh, it's not worth looking at. If it's anti one group of people, anti-black or anti-white, it's also not worth your time. I mean, you can look at it, but um, those are the bait the that's what baits people. Is the kind of the anti, or the hate, uh, the hate impulse. And so just try to stay on the ones that are constructive. I mean, you can be critical of Trump or whoever without, you know, being anti. And, there's a nuance there that, um, should help you to, make decisions about who's legit and who isn't, but I guarantee you that if it's like anti-Trump, then if it's personal. If it's personal, then it's clickbait. Okay, like, share, subscribe, comment, contribute, and thanks for tuning in. Uh, come back tomorrow for a new episode, and remember to watch your blind side.